Students, as you all know that we are continue with the revision work. Yesterday we have revised the Indian rivers. Okay, in yesterday's video we have revised our map work related to the Indian rivers. Okay, we have revised our Himalayan rivers. We have rivers, 3 river systems we have revised. The Ganga river system, number 2 we have revised Indus river system, number 3 we have revised Brahmaputra river system. And today in this video we are going to revise our peninsular rivers. So in peninsular rivers, students pay attention, this is our Narmada river. Okay, and Narmada river rises in Amarkantak hills from Amarkantak plateau in Madhya Pradesh. You can see the river is coming from here. So this is the state of our Madhya Pradesh. So this river rises from Amarkantak plateau. Okay, in Amarkantak plateau we have Amarkantak hills. So river is coming from there. Okay, and you know it flows towards the west. So from rising here, the river is coming in the west side and it flows in a rift valley. It means I will give you one page in the form of PDF also, so that you will be more clear. Earlier I have also given that page, but today I will give you again. So you know that our Narmada river is flowing between Vindhya range between Vindhya hills and between Satpura hills. Between Vindhya hills and Satpura hills. Students, you know these are Vindhya hills. I have drawn. Okay, and these are Satpura ranges. So you can see in between it is our Narmada river. So it is also, so you can also identify by this by V and S. V and S. It means V stands for Vindhya, N stands for Narmada river, and S stands for Satpura ranges. Now we have Tapi river. Okay, Tapi river is also parallel with the Narmada river. Tapi river rises in the Satpura ranges in the Betul district of Madhya Pradesh. In the Satpura ranges these are, and this river is coming from the Betul district of Madhya Pradesh. This is our Madhya Pradesh. Okay, Betul district we have, and here we have Satpura hills also. So Tapi river is coming from Satpura hills. This is our Tapi river. Okay, students. So it also flows in a rift valley parallel to the Narmada river. Now just focus about other river like Krishna river. Okay, student, just see this is our Krishna river. So Krishna river rises from the spring near Mahabaleshwaram. Krishna river rises from the spring near Mahabaleshwaram and flows eastward. This is our Krishna river. Okay, so then flows eastward. The river is coming eastward. You can see it rises in Maharashtra. This river rises in Maharashtra, but its almost part lies in Karnataka. Okay, student, pay attention. Rises in Maharashtra, but almost part lies in Karnataka. Its drainage basin is shared by Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Andhra Pradesh. Okay, students, and you know the tributaries of this river are the Tungabhadra, Koyna, and Ghat Prabha. This is our Tungabhadra, you can see. So this is the tributary of our Krishna river. Okay. And you know Krishna river forms its delta in Andhra Pradesh. And finally drains into Bay of Bengal. Like you can see the river is coming like this. So this river frames its delta in Andhra Pradesh and finally drains into the Bay of Bengal. Okay. Now just see Kaveri river. Students, you know Kaveri river. Okay, this is our Krishna river and this is our Kaveri river. Kaveri river rises in the Brahmagiri range of the Western Ghats. It rises in the Brahmagiri range of the Western Ghats in Karnataka. This is our Karnataka. The river is coming from here. Again, I am telling you this river rises in the Brahmagiri range of the Western Ghats. This is our Western Ghats. You can see Western Ghat. Okay, so this river rises in the Brahmagiri range of the Western Ghats. Okay, and this river flows east. The river is coming towards east and drains in Bay of Bengal. Okay, in the south of Kudaleru in Tamil Nadu. This is our Tamil Nadu. Okay, so the river is also flowing in Tamil Nadu and finally drains into Bay of Bengal. this river also frames its delta in Tamil Nadu, okay, in Tamil Nadu, and finally drains in Bay of Bengal. The total length of this river is 760 kilometer. Okay, students. Okay, students, so further what we have to do, okay student, just see Mahanadi river. Okay, we have discussed about Narmada river, we have discussed about Tapi river, Krishna river we have also discussed, Kaveri river we have also discussed, and now we will discuss the Mahanadi. This is our Mahanadi river. Okay students, so Mahanadi river rises in the highlands of Chhattisgarh. Mahanadi river rises in the highlands of Chhattisgarh. Okay students, and the total length of this river is 860 kilometer. It flows through Odisha to reach the Bay of Bengal. Okay, finally it drains into Bay of Bengal. Okay students. So now we will see Godavari river. This is the largest peninsular rivers. And it rises from the slopes of the Western Ghats. This is our Western Ghats. So this river rises from the slopes of the Western Ghats in the Nasik district of Maharashtra. Okay, and total length of this river is 1500 kilometer. Okay, its drainage basin is about the largest among the peninsular rivers. Its basin covers parts of Maharashtra. Okay students, about 50% part of the basin area lies in Maharashtra. Okay students, and the remaining part lies in Madhya Pradesh, Odisha and Andhra Pradesh also. So students, these are the major rivers flowing in our peninsular part of India. So students, just locate all these rivers, okay, in your map. All the Himalayan rivers and all the peninsular rivers you have to locate in your India map and try to learn also. Okay, this topic is important according to the point of September examination. Okay, I will send you the written notes also, okay, related to the explanation of these rivers. Okay, but don't worry, you have to learn the location only. I am giving you the written notes for your knowledge, for the purpose of your knowledge. Okay students, thank you students, have a good day.